Hi, my name is Greg Kolarch, a shareholder from Calgary, Canada, the home of Briax Minerals. My question for you is, the companies in the hazardous waste disposal industry have underperformed the market for about a decade now. Do you see any value in that area?
We've never looked at that business. I'm familiar with the names of the companies, but that's been a business that I've never looked at, and maybe Charlie knows more about it than I do. He almost has to.
No, we have never really looked at the hazardous waste business. We think there's a lot of toxic waste in the securities market. Maybe we get our fill that way.
Over there, too.
I'm Barbara Morrow from Wisconsin and New York. If you both live as long as I believe you will, it could happen that there'll be a year when you write 2 big checks for super cat claims when the market is throwing away things at really silly prices. Could you share your thinking about how much debt you would consider taking on to buy great businesses as cheap in that kind of a situation?
Well, if we had both a big hurricane in the Northeast or in Florida, and we had a big quake in California in the same year, and we had a financial market, the financial markets tanked, perhaps because of those events, but perhaps for other reasons, we would be thinking about ways, it might not be borrowing money directly, but we would be thinking about ways to buy securities if they got cheap enough. I mean, anytime securities get cheap, Charlie, you're thumping again here. Anytime securities get cheap, we don't like to go to the office and not write a ticket. I mean, we certainly would have the ability to borrow some money. We would never borrow a ton of money relative to capital. We're just not set out that way. We don't want to disappoint anybody in this world. We don't even want to worry about disappointing anybody in this world. So we're not going to do that. But we have a lot of extra firepower overall. And I would say under almost any conditions that cause securities to get very cheap, we would find a way to buy some of them. Charlie?
The beauty of our situation is that it has enormous flexibility built into it. If something were large enough and cheap enough, we could stop writing super cats. We're measuring opportunities one against the other, and we understand the way the numbers interplay. And so we have a lot of different options. And that's a huge advantage. There's so many places in business life where you have practically no options at all. You're just in a channel that you have to waltz down the channel, and you don't have any options to do anything else. We have enormous options. We may not exercise them, but we have enormous flexibility.
Yeah, we know they're there. And there's no reason to push on anything now. At least we don't have any reason to push ourselves. But if it ever became advantageous to push somewhat, we would push, although never to a degree that in any way caused us to lose a minute of sleep about fulfilling every obligation we had.